Dear customers, dear subscribers, dear colleagues, this video is the most interesting video. I receive a lot of comments from you guys about how to choose the best engineer, how to choose the best trader, what's the criteria I have to choose the best engineer, what I have to search, what I have to do. We will go to this, we will dive into this, but first of all I would like to explain you a few things about market. Because don't forget, when you try to find a trade person, you experience a trade profile, someone's positioned somewhere in the market, and you have to decide why someone's in this position, why do you think someone's in this position, and what's the criteria you have to take into account. So I'm going to start completely in theory now, and then we will dive into exactly topics. First of all, guys, I use a little bit diagram. On the y-axis there is the high price and low price. On the horizontal axis we have the high quality and the low quality. Don't get me wrong, I use some examples from the cars. Doesn't mean it's exactly what I'm thinking. I use it just as example without really mean that's the position in the market, because don't forget, the market is not the reality, is whatever we believe. Market is not what's the reality, it's what we believe. So an example, don't get me wrong, I don't want to take serious into account what I put it here, but I use the cars because personally I like cars anyway. On this square here, we have the highest price and the high quality. We have here Mercedes, Audi and BMW. On the other square next to it, we have the high price but low quality, which is the Mini and the Infiniti. On this one we have low quality and low price, which is the Citroën, Kia, Dacia, Renault, Volkswagen and maybe Peugeot, Lada, whatever, guys. And here is the most interesting actually square. We have high quality but low prices, which is Honda, Toyota and Ford. If we delete that and go to the topic of let's say, what can I say, let's leave the cars, let's go to the touristic attractions. Yeah. What's the most popular and most expensive place? For example, Ibiza, Canarian. The most exotic and very expensive should be here. High quality and low price could be, for example, Greece, Italy. Again, very randomly. Low price, low quality should be, I don't want to say anyway. And whatever you can imagine. So whatever product you can imagine always should be a little layout like this one, to can easily understand what's the highest price and what's the high quality. Consider your experience and your knowledge you have so far. Now let's speak about hidden engineers now. It's easy to find high price and high quality, and it's easy to find low price and high quality. Yes, but very rare. What's the chances to find low price and high quality? When, for example, a new company starts to appear in the market, and the only way to have someone, because this company does not have tracks records, all the new companies, for example, they have somehow to attract customers. So I'm going to write down here new companies. That's the one way. Let me find the black one. Also, there is seasonality. For example, some seasons. simply. In the summer, the heating engineers, for example, they are not very busy. As a result, can give you high quality results with relatively low prices, not only new companies. If we go to high price, high quality, what companies we will find? Companies with a huge track record, a lot of reviews, let's say good reviews. Good reviews, what else? Many years, let's say 10 plus years in the market. What else? Very popular. Let's go to high prices and low quality. Here you're gonna find very, very big companies. Top 3 companies. Because as bigger you have a so very, very powerful, popular brand name, you don't actually need to worry too much if the customers comes to you. The customer is going to come to you because they already know you. You are in the market 100 years or 50 years, and then they're going to come to you. And sometimes, trust me guys, you pay extremely high price for low quality or just regular quality. And we can go now to the low quality and low prices. Here we will find companies with no reviews, bad reviews, ghosting companies, and I will give you some example. For example, what means no reviews or bad reviews or ghosting companies? There are some people, they work, for example, during the summer on the sector of let's do it even simple. There are companies, they work in some people, they work main job, for example, on Tesco supermarket, or working on the army, or they working in another heating company, but also they have a side hustle, his own companies. For example, someone's work on scan heating, but on the evening times or during the weekends take his private jobs in order to lift a little bit his income. These companies, they don't interesting too much about to build reviews and reputation, because anyway they don't really interesting if they're gonna survive, because they survive anyway. They don't really want to pay too much expensive licenses in order to be on the best trade platforms and maintain the positioning with the good reviews. Yes, they ask a very low price in order to take the job, but they don't interesting too much to do a quality job because they are not exposed on the reviews. And ghosting companies, for example, if they are too busy and they have already done a job for you, and in some point if something's gone wrong, or you want really something to ask them or to give another job, regardless if you try to text, to email or to call, they never come back to you. If you want my opinion, there is enough job for every single person, because here sometimes they don't have the funds to pay this and that, is gonna go here. Don't get me wrong, if you don't have the funds, you have to do somehow your job and you have to go in this case. If you have the money and the only concern for you is the price, then you're gonna go again here. If you have the money but you're really interested to take the most of your money, you're gonna go here. Now, if you don't need to spend too much money, but you still, the quality is also important for you. You're gonna try to find some seasonal opportunities, for example, in the summer to do some renovations, some maintenance, in order to take the lowest price, because during the winter is the highest price because it's very busy, the whole market, the industry. And then here, unfortunately, you're gonna go on this square if you don't really know the market. So you're gonna go because you're gonna pay extremely high and you believe that, oh yes, if I pay high price, maybe we'll take high quality, but that's not the case always. As a result, less knowledge send you here. I hope you to understand a little bit this diagram. That's more or less for my customers. Also for the new engineers, they want to understand how the market works.